Hey everybody, Grand Rising, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time you click on this video is the right time for you. I thank you in advance for your support and your viewership. This is another subscriber's request. I'm not going to stay too long in this energy because I was completely wiped the other day when I did the reading on Queen Opp, Dani, and Chelle. Chelle's energy is very, very, very drained. And my plans, my full intention was to get up the next day and knock out, several videos just to, put up some content. And I couldn't. I needed to rest. I needed to cleanse because the energy is that heavy on Chelle. But nonetheless, I got a very interesting question from a subscriber by the name of, I believe I'm getting this right, Child of the Most High Yah. And she wanted to know what the energy was going to be within the next year around these women, and if Queen Opp was going to, I guess, be able to raise her children and be a good mother. Now, I'm going to just start off from the beginning and answer one of those questions without even turning cards. Hell no, she ain't going to be able to raise those children and be a good mother, because this case just keeps building. New charges on top of new charges on top of new charges. And I said in the last reading that if the investigators were astute, excuse me, they could be facing possible RICO charges, very, very hefty charges. And it seems like that's already in the making. So she's going to have to really get good with her family so that somebody can take care of all of her children, because this is not letting up and it's not getting better. So let me just go ahead and knock this out. I didn't feel like going in the basement and doing the full setup. But, it's been a while since I did one of these couch readings. So, why not? Let's start off. My throat is really scratchy right now, which is letting me know that it's finally setting into Queen Opp that this is not a game, that this whole viral thing is backfiring, and is backfiring in such a major way that it's going to change her life forever for the worst. So I'm going to start off with her this time, because the question more so was about her, her children, and where these women are projected to be in the next year. Off the rip, there's going to be a lot of legal proceedings. I'm not going to go directly into Chelle's energy this time because it was very draining, but I will read the energy around her. All right, Opp, you up first. The Devil, the Ace of Swords, and the Seven of Coins. That right there lets me know that all this toxic energy that is now being exposed since the truth came out is going to be one of those situations for her where it's as you sow, so shall you reap, because the Seven of Pentacles is sowing seeds for a bigger harvest, or for a later harvest. And she didn't realize when she was sowing these seeds what type of harvest she was going to reap. Bottom of the deck, Justice. It's about to be an avalanche on her. They're going to bury her. Not just for what she did, but her flippant attitude towards the police, how toxic she was about being extremely, haughty about her behavior and how she was treating Chelle and how all of this was working out. They're going to take this clout demon and make an example out of her. And it's going to be an example like people have never seen before, because they're going to make sure that since she likes going viral, that she's going to be viral for the judicial system. This is not good, guys. The Star and the Eight of Cups. Now, the Star is not only Aquarius, but is contract negotiations and agreements. Is the focal point of this situation. Eight of Cups, walking away from this relationship. So this is like she's finally realizing that she's all by herself in this, because even though Dani's going to face charges, Opp is going to face way more charges than Dani, because the abuse on her end has been happening for a longer period of time. And I already said in the other reading that Dani is now considering that Queen Opp is now her Opp, because she's going to say whatever she needs to say to make sure that she's able to be out for her and her child. So this is going to be one of those there's no loyalty amongst thieves type situations. Ace of Coins, Two of Coins. So all of this in pursuit of getting to the bag, and now it's like you're juggling. This is trying to figure out, how do you come up with a large amount of money? And chances are she needs to figure out how to come up with this money, not for everyday expenditures, but she's going to need a hell of a lawyer. And those types of lawyers do not come cheap. Four of Swords. That's falling under the devil. So that's all of this toxic, negative energy, everything that fueled this whole situation is coming to a rest. Five of Wands. The truth is going to come out about the physical abuse, because this is a card of physicality. This is actual physical fighting. So for what it's worth, I mean, we do know that she has been assaulting her on a regular basis because of things that she has live streamed. But there's going to be some things that are going to come out that were not done publicly. We got the Three of Coins, and we've got the Four of Coins. So this is like going into agreement for financial stability. And that falls under the Seven of Coins. But, like I said, the as you sow, so shall you reap. So everything that she went into this situation for is what we now know has her in the position that she's in. But like I said before, there are things that have happened and things that happen off camera that funded other things. And depending on how the investigation goes is going to let us know how the charges are going to keep adding up. Strength is in the reverse and is falling under the Star. So no matter what type of bravado she gives on camera, she is really in a bad place right now. uh, Queen Opp is really, really mentally in a bad place right now. Like I said when I first started this reading off, it's the levity of the situation is now hitting home. It's now kicking in that this is not for shits and giggles anymore. This is not about going viral and being entertaining anymore. This is real life. Ten of Coins falling under the Eight of Cups. So that's her being separated from any and everything that she did to make whatever the abundance of her income. Okay. And I had already said in the part one that her money was messed up. I just, from the beginning to the end of the reading, I kept getting that Five of Pentacles. So this is why the Five of Pentacles is coming, because she's going to be one of the first people in social media history that is going to be banned from any and every platform that can be monetized. She's literally going to have a broad ban. Ace of Coins and the Lovers. So, of course, you know, she thought that her and Danny were going to, be able to run off on the plug. They were going to be able to juice the last of this opportunity, get everything that they can get out of this opportunity, use Chelle and discard her as need be. And when they got rid of her, they were keeping everything, and they were going to take everything that they can get out of this situation and start a profitable new life. Possibly, the both of them start a family channel where they can come together with the new baby and beg as a family with the new baby, and vlog, doing all types of cutesy family stuff, right? This was supposed to be the new plan. Temperance at the bottom of the deck. This was going to be the balance through the new beginning, out with the old, in with the new. We're going to get rid of you and then become a family channel, and we're going to use the baby now as the new catalyst to make money. Knight of Cups falls under the Two of Wands. So that's letting me know that there was a choice to be made, and somebody was offering attention and affection outside of this union. We got the Knight of Coins and Judgment. Because I don't just read, what hits the table. I read as I shuffle. So Knight of Coins and Judgment. Money started coming in slow, and they felt like they had to make a judgment call on what was going to be the next opportunity to get to the bag. And this was going to be the next opportunity to get to whatever financial wellness that they felt like they needed to get to. But the sad thing was, the condition that you put Chelle in, you knew she wasn't any good for going out back into society. She needs healing before she can go out and take care of herself and be able to live a peaceful life. They were just going to discard her, be done with her. Whatever happens to her, happens to her. If this is the end, this is the end. If this is your demise, this is your demise, but it's my come up type energy. This is a very wicked, messed up person. And like I said, to answer your question about her raising her children and being a good mother, I say it once again, hell no, she's not even a decent person. Not even in the least bit. All right, legal questions. What is Queen Opp, better known to me, because I call her Optimus Prime off camera. What is Optimus Prime looking at when it comes to legal woes? Okay, so we've got the Four of Swords. Everything she knows, period. Everything she knows as of this moment is coming to a rest. Mm. The devil came out trying. So, Seven of Coins. Once again, as you sow, so shall you reap. That negative energy that she put out, that demon time she was on, that demonic energy that she put out is now coming home to roost. Everything that she meant for Chelle is going to be what she attracts from the universe. The Magician. See, her manifestations end up becoming her hangman. Okay, so Two of Coins. What is she juggling? Because Two of Coins is juggling or pretty much going back and forth between two decisions. Same difference, but justice. Yeah, this legal case is a hot potato. Ah, excuse me, because I feel like I'm sinking in the couch. There we go. Once again, strength comes out in reverse. She's not going to fare well in this legal case. So she might as well spend all the time that she can spend with her children now. Try to love on whoever she can love on now. Because this is looking like this is the end. It's it. She's looking at football numbers. Knight of Swords. Okay, so what is this with this communication coming in? Hopefully she's smart enough to not say too much publicly, because this feels like she wants to rush and tell her side of the story. And, you know, if she that stupid, but, you know, be my guest. But I would say that she needs to be very mindful that everything that she has ever said on her platform before, you know, and now is going to be admissible in a court of law. And she's already not faring well. Here we go. We got Four of Cups. It's an unrequited offer. She's wishing that she could turn back time and she could have handled things differently. Possibly not been so concerned with getting her clout up. This ain't even about clout at this point. It's like, why are you this way? Like, what type of person thinks to do things like this for clout? Eight of Swords. That's the jail card, y'all. Falls under the Magician. Actually, the Magician and the Seven of Coins. As you sow, so shall you reap. You manifested going to jail. She's going down. And I'm gonna end it right there with her. So this is her energy for the next year. She might as well spend all the time she can spend with her children and her loved ones as of now, because she's literally on countdown to wherever they're gonna take her to. I think I'm gonna do Chelle last this time. So Dani, let's tap into your energy for the next year or so. Last time I tapped into her energy, she was under the realization that Queen Opp was now her Opp. She could not depend on her to not throw her under the bus. that this situation is going to be far greater than she expected. And I kept channeling the song MC Breed and Tupac, um, get yours. I gotta get mine, you gotta get yours. That kept coming to my head, and she was thinking she's got to figure out how she can save herself. If this is the Titanic, she don't want to be in a Rose and Jack situation where she sacrificed herself and Rose live. She's gonna find a way to stay afloat. So what's your energy for the next year? Look at this. Funny how the both of them keep pulling the devil. But this is a card of the past, so it's she's looking at, this devil that she was attached to from the past. Man, how people try to tell themselves anything so that they don't take accountability. You are just as guilty as the person that you came into the situation with. You didn't have to involve yourself this way. She looks at Queen Opp as her hangman, like this is her stumbling block. And now she's heartbroken. She thought this was her ships coming in. Three of Wands. Yeah. The Wheel of Fortune in the upright. She thought that this was going to be like hitting the lick, right? We're going to take this social media thing. We're going to turn it up. We're going to be bossed up, right? Wrong. Turned into a tower. Very, very sneaky behavior. The most amazing thing that I'm seeing between the both of these two people is I see zero compassion, and nobody feels like they need to actually apologize to the victim. This was all about leveling up and getting to the bag and being upset because the rug got snatched from up under them. Nobody has any feelings of regret or remorse for Chelle. It's amazing how messed up the both of them are. Two of Cups. Now, I said that somebody had a choice between whoever they were in a relationship with and somebody else. That looks like creeping to me if it ever was some. The Seven of Swords to the Two of Cups. Two of Cups being that even if you love her, you out here still tipping, you out here still doing what you're doing. Because you came into this thinking she was the Queen of Pentacles, that y'all were going to level up, that, y'all was going to really like turn it up together. She had that bag. But when you found out that money was way lower than you thought, you start looking for other opportunities. Yeah, the Magician. Start trying to find ways to manifest in negative ways, falling under the devil, possibly making your money out in the street, or being more and more degrading towards Chelle. So that's what this is. When the money starts slowing up, they figured they could turn it up by being more and more degrading towards Chelle to make more money. See, I told y'all, it's no apologies, no sympathy whatsoever towards the person that they victimized. Knight of Wands, Six of Pentacles. Now, Knight of Wands is Mr. Here for the short time, not the long time. So what this is telling me is that she rushed in at this opportunity because she saw that this was going to be a huge payout for her. She was willing to come in and, play her part, miss one night stand, whatever it took to get to the bag. And it just happened to be, staying a little while longer. So she never had any true plans on staying with Danny for the long haul, but it developed into something longer than she expected. It developed into a relationship. She was trying to just come and hit and get the coins up out of her. Run a little Casanova situation. And it ended up turning into something that lasted and turned into a relationship. The Fool and the Eight of Swords. Look at this. Fool and the Eight of Swords. That leap of faith, that foolish decision you decided to make, you're going to jail. I told y'all, Eight of Swords is the card of confinement, being locked up, being binded. So yes, falls right under Three of Swords, heartbreak. They're both going to jail. No ifs, ands, buts about it. They're not going to slide out of this one. This one is the one that's going to make an example, and they're going to have to rework a lot of rules and regulations for different platforms so that this never happens again. Because actually what they did to Chelle online was like stuff that you expect to be on the dark web. And it's way worse stuff on the dark web, but you don't think that somebody could do this for years and years and years and make income out of it when you have anti-bullying and harassment policies. Yep, Seven of Pentacles, Five of Wands, card of fighting, right? So for you putting your hands on folks, as you sow, so shall you reap. And it falls right under the Wheel of Fortune in the upright and the Tower. Because you were trying to sow seeds for a bigger harvest, falling under the the Wheel of Fortune in the upright. But you putting your hands on folks, you trying to be the muscle of the whole situation. And I want to say that she decided to be the muscle of the situation and to pick up the slack because Opp getting bigger and bigger can't, tussle like she likes to. But this ends up being her tower. Five of Pentacles with her as well. They both got this Five of Pentacles energy. See, they did all of this for the money, and God took the one thing from the both of them that they love the most, which was the money. Right behind that was the freedom and the freedom to spend the money. So looks like, next time Queen Opp want to ask where's her karma and why she ain't get it, she probably should keep that to herself because karma was waiting on her to open her mouth and say something. Last but not least, we're going to tap into Chelle. Well, more so the energy around Chelle, because I don't want to tap directly into her because she needs her energy. So let's look at the energy around Chelle. And please excuse the background noise. That's my next door neighbor's dog. I didn't feel like cutting the air on. It's a nice day, so, I got my windows open. So we've got the Six of Pentacles coming out first for Chelle. It's looking like somehow, some way, either there's going to be donations to Chelle or Chelle is going to win a large amount of money for what has happened to her. Now, I can't speak for the family, but if they decide to go after the platform that allowed this to continue, they could possibly win a very, very sizable settlement. And I'm saying settlement because no platform is going to want to drag this out in court, and more and more and more information comes out and they look worse and worse and worse. So either platform or platforms could offer a settlement. So it's good to know that if the family decides to go that route, that there will be more than enough abundance to take care of Chelle, to help her get therapy, so that she doesn't have to worry about getting a job and going back into society. Because from what I feel energetically, she's just not ready. She's too fragile. She needs all the time that she can get around people who love her and licensed physicians that can help her, unravel all this mental abuse and physical abuse, so that she doesn't keep internalizing this and blaming herself. We've got the Nine of Wands, like the last reading. Nine of Wands is the wounded warrior. This is a person who fights and fights and fights and fights again, and they get up to fight again. Or it's someone who's attacked over and over and over again, but they continue to get up time and time again. So that's attached to that Six of Pentacles. Like I said, I would not be surprised, and allegedly, but this is what I'm feeling, that there can be a very large settlement, possibly a trust put together for her, due to all of this abuse and what all transpired before our eyes, that was allowed to be uploaded time and time again. Wheel of Fortune. Here it is again. Okay? So, as far as Chelle is concerned, she has prosperity coming. And prosperity is not always just about money. It's about peace of mind, peace of spirit, being able to rest comfortably. Because I'm just going to be honest with y'all. You being abused like that, it's no way that you could sleep peacefully. It's no way that you can be at ease. It's like she's finally going to be able to relax. That's like music to my ears, because I mean, the way that she was treated is just wow. So, Two of Cups. We could be finding out that, she ends up finally finding the one, or going into a partnership. It's like everything that these people meant to have off of her, God is going to give her on the back end. But, this is after she heals, because she's got a lot of things that she's got to unpack. Ten of Swords. Yeah, she's gonna have to really be careful about her attachments, because sad to say, because this was so public, you got weirdos that are gonna seek her out so that they can take advantage of her to use her, because she is considered to be abundant. So her family is gonna have to keep her very close. Okay, the wind just pulled the door closed upstairs. Her family's going to have to keep her very close and really be in her business for a bit. Because, like I said, she's very vulnerable. And this is also, the energy that she thought she was going into with Queen Opp. She thought she was going off into opulence. This was going to be a great opportunity. This is somebody who loved her. This is somebody who, she was going to have a great life with. They were going to have abundance with. And then this person stabbed her in the back. And the energy that I'm getting around it is that she had no idea why Queen Op started behaving this way towards her. But it's one of those things to where it's progressive. When somebody starts trying you and you should have nipped it in the bud, but you weren't quite sure if that was the energy, so you let it slide, and then they test you again, and you know, well, that's my friend, you let it slide, and eventually it was, well, I don't really like that, but that's my friend, and then it gets bad, and it's like, well, it's not that bad, and then it's worse, and it becomes the worst that it's ever been, but you keep trying to make the best out of it. It's the best way I can explain it is, you know, domestic abuse. Like, you don't go into a relationship with somebody just punching you in the face and calling you out your name. Like, they love bomb you and they make you feel good, possibly buy you a thing or two, and then out of nowhere things start to happen, and depending on how big or how small, you may feel guilty for getting upset because that person just had an off day, right? And then they start having a couple off days, and before you know it, Prince Charming turned into a demon. This is the energy between her and Queen Op. Queen Op didn't just start this way with her, but she had been testing her and doing stuff to her and trying her throughout the years. And because she wanted to belong and she felt like this was her friend and this person loved her, and she just kept allowing things to slide until she lost control and she couldn't get control back. Knight of Swords. So Chelle is contemplating coming forward to talk, possibly testifying. Eight of Wands. This could come about swiftly. This could come about swiftly, and we're not talking about like as of right now, but we're saying, because you know, this is asking the energy over the next year. She could, maybe in the next 8 or 9 months, once she's finally healed some, say, you know what? I do want to stand up for myself. I do want to speak up for myself. I do want to say what happened to me, what they did to me. Like, once it starts to all sink in, how she was actually treated, and she starts to understand that she doesn't have to feel guilty for people protecting her, she's going to start to get angry, and she possibly is going to just like that want to speak, because it finally just hit her that this wasn't her fault. The Emperor. So Emperor, I don't know if this is a father figure or somebody who is authoritative that is in law enforcement. They're going to push this to the fullest extent that they possibly can when she finds her strength in her voice to speak. Eight of Cups. So, that's her walking away from the lovers, the people who were in a relationship, the people who she thought that she belonged with or belonged to. Ten of Pentacles. Yeah, they stabbed her in the back. Ten of Pentacles under the Ten of Swords. They stabbed her in the back for, for money. But because they stabbed her in the back for money, the universe is going to take all the abundance from Queen Opp and Dani, and it's going to be transferred to Chelle. Even if it's like, different sums here and there, different programs, different government programs for housing, and people show up and, they furnish your house, and like, it's like God is going to put it on the hearts of men to be angels to her, to give to her, to help her get on her feet after she finally starts to heal. People are just going to find it in their hearts to give to her. King of Pentacles. I said somebody's going to find it in their heart to give to her. King of Pentacles is someone who's very grounded, astute, and someone who is able to provide very well. High Priestess. Like I said, angel investors. God is going to put on the heart of men to give to her like angels. In secret, though, the High Priestess. So something's, going to pan out for her so that she can move on and she can have a better quality life. Someone prominent is thinking about giving a new life to her because that's their way of trying to help and be supportive. Nine of Swords. So that's anxiety. And I expect her to deal with anxiety for a while as she recovers because, when you've been in such a tumultuous situation, you don't just up and heal. You heal in layers. Some things heal faster than others. Other things, once that one thing heals, something else falls apart because you don't understand just how big the situation was that you were in until you're finally out of it and you can breathe. The Moon and the High Priestess. So the Moon and the High Priestess, like I said, there's going to be angel investors, but that's also, she's holding on to way more than what people think actually happened. She's still keeping secrets. She's still closed off. There's so much that she hasn't said. So this is what I was picking up on from the first reading, to where Dani and Opp are scared because they don't know what the hell she's going to say now that they don't have her under their control. Because for everything that we, the public, have noticed or have learned, there's a whole entire backstory that we have never heard and we don't know, and it's way worse than what the public thinks it is. So if she talks, which I'm seeing that after she heals some and she deals with this anxiety, her story is going to be so traumatic. Once she shares this story, like I said, it's automatic football numbers. Automatic football numbers. If I was Opp and Dani, I'd be nervous as hell too. Yep, Justice. Walking away from the lovers. 8 of Cups, Justice. 9 of Cups. So it's going to end up being a wish fulfillment that these people end up facing the judge. They go before justice because she can finally start to relax, because she's still worried that they're going to hurt her. She speaks, they're going to hurt her. She's afraid for her. She's afraid for her family. Page of Cups. So Page of Cups is light communication, like eventually, slowly but surely, when the time is right for her, she's going to start to speak a little here and there. There it is again, Eight of Swords. She's going to start to speak a little here and there once they're actually locked up. Once she's sure that they're going to jail, she's not going to be so afraid anymore. But for the time being right now, she's afraid for her. She's afraid for her family. She's afraid that they're going to hurt her if she speaks. She's also, she's afraid that she's going to get them in trouble if she speaks, and she doesn't want to get Queen in trouble. She doesn't want to, take Queen away from her baby. She's worried about what harm she could do to them if she tells the truth about all the horrible things that they've done to her. But this is my tap in on what's to happen in the next year. Charges are going to keep mounting. People are facing football numbers, and people are going to jail. So, needless to say, I don't feel sorry for either of the two going to jail. I send all the love and support and prayers to Chelle, because she needs them to help her conquer the situation. And I send loving energy and prayers to Queen Opp's children, because she didn't think about how this was going to affect them. They have to grow up in the age of social media knowing that their mom is an abuser, and they have to face the punishment of, being ridiculed for their mother and not having a mother to be there to raise them. So this is a horrible situation for them as well. But I'm going to go ahead and tap out now. And I thank you everyone for your support and your viewership. And have a great day.